Introduction. Think like a leader. What truly makes someone a leader? Is it a job title? A corner office? A team that reports to you? Is it charisma, confidence, or being the loudest voice in the room? The truth is, leadership is none of those things. Leadership is not about authority. It's not about status. It's not about controlling people. Leadership begins in the mind. It starts with how you think, how you see the world, how you respond when things go wrong, and how you show up when no one else is watching. You don't need a title to lead. You don't need permission. You don't need years of experience or a big following. What you need is clarity, courage, and the mindset of someone who chooses responsibility over blame, growth over comfort, and service over ego. Because real leaders don't wait. They step up. They step up when others hold back. They speak truth when silence feels safer. They make tough calls when no one else wants to. They take ownership even when it would be easier to blame. And here's the best part. You already have the seed of leadership inside you. This audiobook is not about turning you into someone else. It's about helping you unlock the leader you already are, beneath the fear, the doubt, and the need for approval. Whether you're a first-time manager, a small business owner, a student, a parent, or simply someone who wants to live with more impact, this journey is for you. In the next chapters, we won't just explore leadership in theory. We'll look at it in real life. How to think like a leader, speak like a leader, decide like a leader, and live like a leader in your actions, your habits, and your relationships. You'll learn how to cultivate an unstoppable mindset, communicate with clarity and influence, lead yourself first before leading others, stay grounded in tough times, and leave behind a legacy that lives on in people, not just in achievements. Because ultimately, leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about being of service. It's about making people around you better. It's about showing the way, not just by what you say, but by how you live. So get ready. This is not just about learning leadership. It's about becoming a leader. Chapter 1. The Leader's Mindset. Think differently, act boldly. Leadership doesn't start with doing big things. It starts with how you think. Most people wait for instructions. Leaders take action. Most people complain about problems. Leaders look for solutions. Most people fear change. Leaders look at change as a chance to grow. You don't need a title or a position to be a leader. You just need the right mindset, a way of thinking that helps you move forward, face challenges, and inspire others. Let's explore 5 simple ideas that make up the mindset of a real leader. 1. Take full responsibility. Great leaders never blame others. They don't make excuses. What can I do to fix this? What could I have done better? Even when something isn't their fault, they still take ownership because they care about results, not blame. This builds trust. People respect those who take charge and own their actions. Think about it. Are you blaming others for your problems? Or are you stepping up to take control? 2. Think long-term, not just for today. Most people only think about today or tomorrow. Leaders think months and years ahead. They don't chase quick rewards. They work with patience. Will this decision help me in the long run? Am I doing something today that brings me closer to my future goals? Real leaders know that small actions today can lead to big results tomorrow. Think about it. Are your daily habits helping you reach your long-term goals? Or are you just reacting to life? 3. Choose growth over comfort. It's easy to stay comfortable. It's easy to do what you already know. But leaders grow by doing what's uncomfortable. They try new things. They make mistakes. They ask for feedback. They know failure is not the end. It's how you learn. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're challenged. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something that scared you, but helped you grow? If it's been a while, maybe it's time to step out of your comfort zone. Lead to serve, not to show off. Real leadership is not about being the center of attention. It's about helping others succeed. Leaders ask, how can I support my team? How can I make others better? They don't lead with ego. They lead with humility. They listen. They encourage. They lift others up. Ask yourself, are you trying to impress people, or are you truly helping them? Leading from the heart is what makes people want to follow you. 5. Make decisions with courage. Leaders don't wait for everything to be perfect. They gather the facts, trust their gut, and make a choice. Sometimes the decision is hard, but avoiding decisions can hurt progress even more. It's better to make a smart choice and adjust later than to stay stuck doing nothing. Ask yourself, is there a decision you're avoiding right now? Leaders take action, even when it's uncomfortable. That's how they create momentum and earn respect. Leadership is not something magical. It's a way of thinking and showing up in the world. And anyone can develop it. You don't need a title. You don't need years of experience. You just need to take responsibility, think ahead, keep growing, serve others, and take bold action when it counts. This is how real leaders are made, not in a moment, but through small daily choices. So today, start thinking like a leader, and soon you'll start leading like one. Chapter 2. Communicate with clarity and confidence. A big part of being a leader is communication. If you can't share your thoughts clearly, people won't understand your vision. If you can't express your ideas with confidence, others won't follow you. And if you can't listen, connect, and speak with purpose, then even the best ideas can get lost. Leaders are not just good talkers. They are great communicators. They know how to speak, how to listen, and how to make people feel heard and understood. Let's break down what makes leadership communication simple, strong, and powerful. 1. Be clear, not complicated. Great leaders use simple words. They don't try to sound smart. They try to be understood. When you speak with clarity, people trust you more. They know exactly what you mean and what you want from them. Avoid fancy language. Keep it simple. Instead of saying, let's execute the deliverables, say, let's finish the work. Instead of saying, we need better synergy, say, let's work better together. Ask yourself, can a 12-year-old understand what I'm saying? If not, try to make it clearer. Because clear is kind, and clear is powerful. 2. Speak with confidence. You don't have to be loud to be confident. You just need to believe in your message. Leaders speak with calm, steady energy. They don't rush. They don't mumble. They speak like they mean it. And here's the truth. Even if you're nervous inside, you can still speak with strength. Before you speak, take a deep breath. Slow down your words. Look the person in the eye. Speak as if what you're saying truly matters, because it does. Confidence is not about volume. It's about belief. 3. Listen more than you speak. Many people think leadership is all about talking. But real leaders are often the best listeners in the room. They don't interrupt. They don't just wait for their turn to speak. They really listen, to understand, not just to reply. Ask yourself, do I listen to people with full attention? Or do I already have my answer ready before they finish? People feel respected when you truly hear them. And respect builds trust. And trust builds strong teams. 4. Use stories, not just facts. Facts are useful. But stories move hearts. When you tell a story, people remember it. They connect to it. They feel inspired by it. A leader who shares real stories, from their life, from their team, or even from others, creates an emotional bond. Next time you speak, don't just say what needs to be done. Share why it matters. Give a real example that people can relate to. A story makes your message stick. 5. Keep your body language open. Your body speaks, even when your mouth doesn't. Leaders use their body to show calm, trust, and strength. Stand tall. Make eye contact. Keep your hands relaxed. Don't cross your arms or look away. Even if your words are perfect, poor body language can confuse people. Tip: before any conversation or meeting, do a quick check. Am I open and confident in my posture? Am I present or distracted? The way you carry yourself says a lot about what you believe. 6. Ask the right questions. Sometimes the best way to lead a conversation is not by giving answers, but by asking good questions. Smart leaders ask, "What do you think? How can we do this better? What's getting in your way? How can I support you?" These questions create engagement. They make people feel included, trusted, and heard. Ask yourself, am I always giving instructions, or am I opening up room for ideas? Leaders grow people by helping them think, not just telling them what to do. Communication is more than just talking. It's a connection, a message, a feeling. The best leaders speak simply, listen deeply, use real stories, show calm, open body language, and ask questions that bring people in. Remember, people may forget what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So whether you're leading a team, a classroom, a family, or just yourself, speak with purpose, listen with care, and communicate like a leader. Chapter 3: Lead Yourself First. Discipline, Habits, and Self-Mastery. Before you can lead a team, a business, or a family, you must first learn how to lead yourself. Think about it. How can others trust your direction if you're always distracted or disorganized? How can you inspire others to take action if you don't follow through on your own goals? The truth is simple. Self-leadership comes first. Boys, the way you talk to yourself, the way you manage your time, the way you handle pressure, all of these things show what kind of leader you really are, even when no one's watching. Let's look at how to build strong habits, stay focused, and lead yourself with power and purpose. 1. Discipline is doing what's right, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel ready, some days you don't. But leaders don't wait for motivation. They act with discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one is watching or clapping. Ask yourself, do I stick to my word, even when it's uncomfortable? Do I finish what I start? Discipline builds trust, with others and with yourself. 2. Build habits that support your goals. Your habits shape your future. Not your dreams, not your hopes, your habits. If you want to be focused, strong, and successful, build small, daily routines that support those goals. That means waking up on time, setting a plan for your day, taking care of your health, saying no to distractions, spending time on what matters most. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Start with just one habit. Do it every day for a week. Then build from there. Small steps, big results. 3. Keep your promises, especially to yourself. Leaders do what they say they'll do. Not just for others, but for themselves. If you say you're going to work out, do it. If you say you'll write that report, finish it. If you say you'll stop scrolling at night, keep that promise. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build inner strength. Every time you break a promise, your confidence slowly fades. Ask yourself, what promise have I been breaking to myself lately? Start small. Show yourself that your word means something. 4. Protect your energy and focus. You can't lead well if you're always tired, scattered, or stressed out. Good self-leadership means knowing how to protect your energy. That means getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, taking breaks, saying no to things that drain you, spending time in silence or reflection. You don't have to be busy all the time to be productive. You just need to stay focused on what matters and cut out the noise. Try turning off notifications, even for 1 hour a day. Use that time to focus deeply on one task. You'll be amazed at how much more peace and progress you create. 5. Be honest with yourself. Leaders don't lie to themselves. They don't ignore their weaknesses or make excuses. They look in the mirror and say, "Here's where I'm doing well, and here's where I need to grow." That kind of honesty is hard, but it's powerful. When you're honest with yourself, you can grow faster. You can get better instead of staying stuck. Ask yourself, what part of my life needs more attention, structure, or discipline? Growth starts with truth. 6. Feed your mind every day. Just like your body needs food, your mind needs good input. Leaders read, learn, listen, and grow. They surround themselves with positive voices, wise mentors, and helpful tools. Even 10 minutes a day of reading or listening to something uplifting can change the way you think. Simple ideas. Listen to an audiobook on your walk. Read 5 pages each morning. Journal for 5 minutes about your goals. What you put in your mind shapes how you lead, so feed it well. If you want to lead others, start by leading yourself. That means keeping your promises, building healthy habits, taking care of your body and mind, saying no to distractions, being honest about what needs to improve. Because the strongest leaders don't just show up strong in public. They build strength in private. And the better you lead yourself, the more people will trust you to lead them. So today, start small. Pick one area of your life to lead with more care, focus, and discipline. Leadership starts with you. Chapter 4. Decision-making: How leaders make smart, bold choices. Every day, we make choices. Some are small, like what to eat or wear. Others are big, like starting a business, switching careers, or ending a relationship. But no matter the size, your life is shaped by the decisions you make. That's why great leaders learn to make decisions with clarity, courage, and confidence. They don't avoid choices. They don't freeze in fear. They gather the facts, trust their gut, and move forward. Let's break down how real leaders think and act when it comes to making decisions. 1. Don't wait for perfect information. Many people wait too long to make decisions. They say, "I need more details," or "It's not the right time." But the truth is, perfect clarity never comes. Leaders learn to act with the information they have. They don't rush, but they don't stall either. They say, "Here's what I know. Here's what I believe. Let's make the best move and adjust if needed." Ask yourself, am I avoiding a decision just because I'm scared? What do I already know that can help me move forward? Action creates clarity. Waiting often creates stress. 2. Trust your gut, but check your facts. Leaders use both their head and their heart. They gather facts and do their research, but they also trust their instincts. If something feels off, they listen. If something excites them, even if it's risky, they consider it. Smart decision-making is a balance. Use logic. Use emotion. Use experience. When you feel stuck, ask, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? If I had to decide right now, what would I choose? Many times, you already know the answer. You just need the courage to say yes to it. 3. Don't be afraid to make the wrong choice. No one makes perfect decisions all the time. Even the best leaders make mistakes. The difference is, they don't let fear of failure stop them. They decide, learn, adjust, and move on. Every mistake is a teacher. Every wrong turn teaches you how to find the right one next time. Ask yourself, what did I learn from my last decision? How did it make me wiser? Fear of failure often leads to no decision, and that's worse than a wrong one. For Take responsibility for the outcome. Once you decide, own it. Whether it goes right or wrong, leaders take full responsibility. They don't say, "It wasn't my fault." They say, "I made the call. I'll learn from this. I'll make it right." This builds trust and respect. People follow leaders who take accountability, not those who pass the blame. Ask yourself, do I stand by my decisions, or do I make excuses when things go wrong? Owning the outcome is part of growing as a leader. 5. Keep it simple. Some decisions feel complicated, but most can be simplified. Ask yourself, what's the problem? What are my 2 or 3 best options? What's the risk of doing nothing? Write it down if you have to. Clear thinking leads to faster, better decisions. Sometimes a 10-minute walk or quick journal session can help you think clearly. Don't overthink. Simplify. 6. Know when to ask for help. Leadership doesn't mean doing everything alone. Smart leaders ask for input when needed. They talk to mentors, teammates, or people with more experience. They don't see asking for help as weakness, they see it as wisdom. Ask yourself, who could give me insight right now? Am I open to hearing new views? Sometimes, one conversation can make your next step very clear. 7. Make the decision and move forward. Once you've thought it through, decide. Don't keep going back and forth. Don't second-guess every little detail. Make the best decision you can, then focus on action. Remember, decisions don't always lead to success, but indecision always leads to regret. Final reflection. What decision in your life or work have you been avoiding? What's one small move you can make today? Being a leader means making decisions every day. Some will be easy. Some will be hard. Some will go well. Others won't. But the more you practice, the better you get. So remember, don't wait for perfect clarity. Trust your gut, but check your facts. Accept mistakes as part of learning. Take full responsibility. Ask for help when needed. And most of all, keep moving forward. Leaders don't get everything right, but they're not afraid to choose. And that's what sets them apart. Chapter 5. Earn trust and build strong relationships. You can be the smartest person in the room. You can have the best ideas. But if people don't trust you, they won't follow you. That's why trust is the foundation of leadership. Trust is not something you can demand. It's something you have to earn over time, through your actions, your words, and your heart. Leadership is a relationship. And just like any relationship, it grows through honesty, consistency, and care. Let's explore how real leaders build trust and form strong, lasting relationships. 1. Do what you say. This is simple, but powerful. If you say you'll do something, do it. Show up when you say you will. Follow through on promises. Even small ones. Every time you keep your word, people trust you a little more. Every time you break it, trust fades. Ask yourself, can others count on me? Do I follow through even when it's not easy? Trust begins with reliability. 2. Be honest, even when it's hard. Leaders tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it might disappoint someone, because people would rather hear the truth than be fooled by false hope. Honesty shows courage. It shows respect. It shows that you value people enough to be real with them. Ask yourself, do I hide the truth to protect myself, or do I share it with care and kindness? People trust leaders who are transparent, not perfect. 3. Listen to understand. People want to feel heard, not just nodded at, but truly understood. Leaders listen not to reply quickly, but to connect deeply. They give full attention. Don't interrupt, ask questions, reflect back what they heard. Next time when someone speaks to you, don't check your phone. Don't look around. Just be there. Listening is one of the strongest ways to build trust. 4. Admit when you're wrong. No one gets it right all the time. And pretending to be perfect doesn't make you a better leader. It makes you less believable. People don't expect you to be perfect. They expect you to be real. If you mess up, say so. If you don't know something, admit it. This shows strength, not weakness. Ask yourself, when was the last time I said, I was wrong, or I'm sorry? Owning your mistakes makes people respect you even more. 5. Give credit, not just orders. Real leaders shine a light on others. They say, you did a great job. This idea came from her. We couldn't have done it without the team. They don't need all the credit. They give it away, and it comes back in the form of loyalty and trust. Ask yourself, do I celebrate others publicly? Do I share wins, or do I keep them to myself? Praise others often. It builds connection and makes your team stronger. 6. Be consistent. People trust leaders who are predictable in a good way. They know what to expect. Your mood doesn't change every hour. Your values stay the same, whether things are going well or falling apart. Ask yourself, do I treat people the same on good days and bad days? Can people count on my behavior? Trust grows when people feel safe around your presence. 7. Care about people, not just results. Yes, leaders drive results. But they don't forget the humans behind the goals. People are not machines. They have emotions, dreams, struggles, families. Leaders who care build loyalty that lasts. Show up with heart, not just a checklist. People don't remember everything you said, but they remember how you made them feel. Trust is not built in a day. It's built in small moments, over time. And when you build it right, it becomes your strongest leadership tool. So remember, be honest, listen well, admit your mistakes, celebrate others, stay consistent, and truly care. Leadership is not just about getting things done. It's about building people, building relationships, and building trust that lasts. Because when people trust you, they follow you, support you, and grow with you. And that's what great leadership is all about. Chapter 6. Stay calm under pressure, leading through tough times. Anyone can lead when things are going smoothly. But real leadership shows up when things get hard. Pressure, deadlines, mistakes, unexpected problems. People looking to you for answers. In tough times, people don't need panic. They need presence. They look to their leader for stability, strength, and calm direction. This chapter is about becoming that kind of leader, one who stays grounded and focused even when the world feels like it's spinning. Let's explore how leaders stay calm, think clearly, and lead others through storms. 1. Don't react, pause and respond. When pressure hits, it's easy to react fast. Snap at someone. Blame others. Make quick decisions out of fear. But leaders know fast reactions can make things worse. So they take a deep breath. They pause. Then they respond with calm, clear action. When stress rises, try this. Stop for 10 seconds. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask, what's the best next step right now? That small pause can prevent a big mistake. 2. Control what you can. In tough times, there will always be things outside your control. You can't control the economy. You can't control other people's reactions. You can't control the past. But you can control your mindset, your tone, your decisions, your energy, your focus. Ask yourself, what part of this situation can I take responsibility for right now? Focusing on what you can control gives you power when everything feels out of control. 3. Stay grounded in facts, not fear. Fear makes everything feel worse than it really is. Leaders face facts. They ask, what's actually happening? What do we know for sure? What can we do about it? They don't guess. They don't assume. They get clear. Write down the facts of a stressful situation. Then write 3 possible next steps. You'll feel calmer and more in control. Clarity kills fear. Stay calm, others will follow. People mirror your energy. If you panic, they panic. If you stay calm, they feel safe. You don't have to have all the answers. But your presence, how you show up, matters more than anything. Ask yourself, how am I showing up right now? What energy am I passing to others? Calm is contagious. So is chaos. Be the calm. 5. Communicate clearly and often. In tough times, silence creates confusion. People start assuming the worst. Leaders communicate clearly, honestly, and often. They say, here's what's happening. Here's what we're doing. Here's how you can help. Even if there's no big update, just saying, I'm with you, we'll get through this, builds trust. Check in more during stressful times. Even short messages can bring reassurance. 6. Focus on the next small step. When everything feels overwhelming, the best thing you can do is focus on just one small step. You don't have to solve everything today. You just have to keep moving. Ask yourself, what's the next best action I can take today? Progress creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence leads others. 7. Take care of yourself. You can't lead well if you're drained, sick, or emotionally exhausted. In pressure-filled moments, leaders often forget themselves. But self-care isn't selfish, it's strategic. Talk to someone. Step outside for fresh air. A few minutes of calm can give you hours of clear thinking. Create a reset routine you can use during tough days, like deep breathing, a walk, or quiet journaling. Your clarity helps everyone else feel more secure. Tough times don't build weak leaders. They reveal strong ones. And strength doesn't mean shouting, pushing, or pretending. It means staying present, staying calm, and taking the next wise step again and again. So when pressure comes, and it always will, remember, pause before reacting. Focus on what you can control. Lead with calm and confidence. Communicate often and clearly. Take care of yourself. You don't have to be perfect under pressure. You just need to be steady. That's what people remember. That's what earns respect. And that's what makes you a leader they trust when things get tough. Chapter 7. Inspire action. Motivate people with purpose and passion. Leadership isn't just about giving orders. It's about inspiring action. Real leaders don't push people. They pull them forward, with purpose, passion, and a clear reason. They make people want to move, want to grow, want to give their best. People don't follow leaders because they have to. They follow because they're inspired to. Let's explore how great leaders bring out the best in others and move people into action. 1. Lead with a clear why. People don't get inspired by tasks. They get inspired by meaning. A leader connects the work to a bigger purpose. Instead of saying, we need to finish this project, they say, this project helps people. This matters because it's part of something bigger. Ask yourself, why does this work truly matter? Have I explained that to my team, or even to myself? When people know why they're doing something, they do it with heart. 2. Be passionate. Let people feel it. Passion is powerful. It's energy that spreads. When a leader speaks with passion, it's hard not to listen. When they believe in the work deeply, others start believing too. And here's the good news, you don't need to be loud or dramatic. Even quiet passion, shared with honesty, can light a spark. Next time you talk to your team, share what excites you. Say, I care about this because. Let them feel your belief. Passion is more caught than taught. 3. Encourage progress, not just perfection. People get discouraged when they feel like they're not doing enough. Leaders motivate by celebrating small wins, not just big results. They say you're improving. That effort matters. Keep going, we're getting closer. This creates momentum, and momentum creates more success. Ask yourself, am I only noticing what's missing, or am I encouraging progress? A few encouraging words can lift someone for days. Believe in people before they believe in themselves. Sometimes, people just need someone to say, I believe in you. You've got what it takes. I see something in you. Leaders often see potential before others see it in themselves. They speak to that future and help people rise into it. Look around. Who on your team or in your circle needs encouragement today? Say it. Speak it. You might be the voice that changes everything for them. 5. Lead by example. The fastest way to inspire others is to be the example. If you want people to work hard, show what hard work looks like. If you want honesty, be honest. If you want dedication, be consistent. People watch your actions more than your words. Ask yourself, am I living the values I want to see in others? Leaders who walk the talk earn the most respect and the most trust. 6. Share the vision over and over. A vision isn't something you say once. It's something you repeat, remind, and reinforce. Because people forget. Life gets busy. Pressure builds. They need to hear the why again and again to stay connected. Start meetings with reminders of the bigger picture. End conversations with the reason behind the work. Paint the vision until others can see it just as clearly as you do. 7. Lift others up, even in tough moments. Sometimes, the most inspiring thing a leader can do is stay hopeful in dark times. When morale drops, real leaders lift people up. We're not done yet. This isn't the end, it's a turning point. We've faced worse and will rise again. Your belief in the future helps others believe too. Ask yourself, am I spreading hope or doubt? Hope is one of the strongest motivators in the world. And leaders who offer it are remembered forever. Leadership is not about pressure. It's about inspiration. And to inspire others, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest, driven, and connected to your purpose. So remember, speak with passion. Encourage effort and progress. Believe in people deeply. Be the example. And remind others of the vision again and again. Inspiring leadership doesn't come from forcing others. It comes from lighting a fire inside them. A fire to grow, to contribute, and to believe in something bigger. Be that spark. Chapter 8. The Leader's Legacy, Influence That Lasts. When your work is done, when the meeting ends, when the project is complete, what will people remember? Not just your results, not just your skills. They'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember the values you stood for, the lives you touched, and the ripple you left behind. That's your leadership legacy. And it's not something you build at the end of your career. It's something you build every single day, with every word, every action, every choice. Let's talk about how to create a leadership legacy that lasts. 1. Legacy is not about fame, it's about impact. You don't need to be a CEO, a politician, or a public figure to leave a legacy. Your legacy is in how you treat people. It's in the lives you change. It's in the example you set. Ask yourself, am I lifting others or just lifting myself? Am I chasing success or creating impact? True leaders leave footprints that go far beyond their title. 2. Live your values, even when it's hard. People trust and follow leaders who live by what they believe. Integrity, respect, kindness, courage, service. It's easy to talk about values, but real leadership means living them, even when no one's watching, even when it's inconvenient, even when it costs you something. Define your top 3 values. Then ask, am I making daily decisions that reflect these values? Your values become your voice, even when you're not in the room. 3. Teach, don't just tell. A great legacy is not about how much you know. It's about how much you help others grow. Leaders who teach, share what they've learned, give others opportunities, help people believe in their own potential. They don't keep their knowledge to themselves. They pass it on. Ask yourself, who can I mentor or guide this month? What can I teach someone today that I wish I had known earlier? Your wisdom multiplies when you give it away. 4. Build people, not just plans. You can hit every goal. You can finish every project. But if the people around you feel small, unappreciated, or forgotten, your legacy is empty. Great leaders build people, not just systems. They invest in confidence, in trust, in relationships. They leave behind teams that are stronger, wiser, and more united than when they started. Take time each week to ask your team or peers, what do you need from me? How can I support your growth? People remember how you made them feel valued. 5. Choose long-term impact over short-term approval. Some leaders just want to be liked. They avoid hard conversations. They chase praise. But true leaders aim for respect, not popularity. They say what needs to be said. They make the hard calls. They focus on what's right, not what's easy. Ask yourself, am I leading for comfort or for character? Will this decision still feel right in 5 years? A legacy is built on long-term thinking. 6. Serve without needing recognition. The greatest leaders don't lead to be famous. They lead to be useful. They do the right thing quietly. They show up when no one else does. They plant seeds they may never see grow. Ask yourself at the start of the day, who can I help today? What small act of service can I offer without expecting anything back? Sometimes the smallest action creates the deepest ripple. 7. Leave something better than you found it. Whether it's a team, a company, a community, or just a conversation, ask yourself, did I make it better? Did I leave behind something stronger, kinder, or clearer? That's legacy. That's leadership. Final reflection. Your influence doesn't end when you leave the room. It lives on in what you gave, how you showed up, and how others grew because of you. Leadership isn't just about what you achieve. It's about what you leave behind. You don't need a spotlight to have influence. You don't need a title to make a difference. Every time you act with purpose, every time you speak with integrity, every time you help someone grow, you're building your legacy. So live your values. Serve others. Teach what you know. And aim not just to be remembered, but to be felt. Because true leadership lives on, long after you're gone. Chapter 9. The Everyday Leader, Lead Wherever You Are. When people think of a leader, they often picture someone on a stage, in a boardroom, with a title, a big salary, and a team reporting to them. But here's the truth. You don't need a title to be a leader. You don't need permission. You don't need power over others. You just need the mindset to lead right where you are. Whether you're a student, a parent, a freelancer, a teacher, or someone simply working toward your dreams, you can choose to lead your space. Because leadership isn't just a role. It's a way of showing up in everyday life. Let's explore how you can lead from any position, and how everyday leadership is often the most powerful kind of all. 1. Lead by example, no matter your job title. You don't have to be the manager to lead. You just need to live with integrity. Treat people kindly. Be the one others can count on. When you show up with excellence and character, people notice. They start trusting you, following you, learning from you. Ask yourself, am I setting an example others would be proud to follow? Do my daily actions reflect leadership, even in small ways? Every job is a chance to lead, if you show up like a leader. 2. Speak up even if it's scary. Everyday leaders speak with courage. Not to be loud, but to stand up for what's right. They speak when someone needs help. They ask questions when something feels wrong. They share ideas that others are too afraid to say. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be brave enough to care. Start small. Speak your truth kindly. Stand up for someone silently watching. That's leadership too. 3. Take responsibility, not just credit. Anyone can take credit. But leaders take responsibility, even when it's tough. They don't say, "That's not my job." They say, "How can I help?" They step up. They fix things. They follow through. Ask yourself, am I waiting for someone else to take the lead? Or am I willing to take responsibility for what I care about? Every time you take initiative, you're choosing leadership. For lead at home, not just at work. Leadership doesn't start in the office. It starts at home. How you treat your family, how you listen to your kids, how you show up in relationships, that's where leadership lives. You lead when you stay calm in an argument. You lead when you teach your child honesty. You lead when you make time for the people who matter most. Leadership is not just public. It's deeply personal. 5. Influence through kindness. Not all leadership comes through authority. Sometimes the greatest impact comes through kindness. Kindness creates safety. It builds trust. It opens hearts. You never know what someone is going through. Your words, your smile, your patience can lead someone out of a dark place and back into hope. Ask yourself, am I being the kind of leader I wish I had in my own life? Leadership is not always loud. Sometimes, it's just gentle strength. 6. Choose growth even when no one is watching. Everyday leaders grow in private. They improve. Not because someone told them to, but because they know that leadership starts with self-growth. Keep learning even when no one's asking you to. Stay curious. Stay humble. Stay hungry. The more you grow, the more you inspire others to do the same. 7. Be a light in small moments. Hold the door. Say, "Thank you." Give your full attention. Send the kind message. Help when no one's watching. These small actions stack up. And over time, they turn into real influence. You never know who's watching and who's being shaped by your example. You don't need to run a company to be a leader. You just need to lead your space. Lead your mindset. Lead your choices. Lead your energy. Lead your home, your team, your voice, even your silence. Wherever you are, you have the power to set the tone. To be the one who inspires, uplifts, and brings light. Because the world doesn't just need more leaders at the top. It needs more everyday leaders, people like you. People who show up with intention, who choose character, who take responsibility, and who make the world better in small, powerful ways. Lead where you are. You're more ready than you think. Chapter 10. Lead yourself first, the foundation of all leadership. Before you can lead others, before you can build a team, before you can earn trust, make decisions, or inspire action, you must first learn to lead yourself. That's where all great leadership begins, not in books or boardrooms, but inside you. It's about how you show up when no one is watching. How you manage your emotions, your habits, your energy. How you stay grounded when life gets messy or stressful. Because if you can't lead yourself, you won't be able to lead anyone else for long. Let's dive into the habits and mindset shifts that help you become your own leader first. 1. Know yourself deeply. You can't lead what you don't understand. Great leaders take time to know what drives them, what drains them, what they believe, what triggers them, what they want most from life. They are self-aware, not in a judgmental way, but in a curious, honest way. Ask yourself, what are my top 3 values? What gives me energy? What patterns keep holding me back? Self-awareness is your leadership starting point. 2. Master your emotions. Emotions are natural, but letting them control you is dangerous, especially as a leader. If you constantly react with anger, stress, or fear, people lose trust. But if you manage your emotions, people feel safe around you. This doesn't mean hiding how you feel. It means learning to respond, not react. When you feel strong emotion, pause and ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? How can I respond with wisdom, not impulse? Emotional discipline is emotional strength. 3. Create strong daily habits. You can't lead your future if your daily habits are out of control. Leaders design their day with intention. They wake up early or with purpose. They plan ahead. They exercise, eat well, and take care of their energy. They learn daily. They protect their time. Small habits shape big outcomes. Ask yourself, do my habits support the kind of leader I want to become? What's one small habit I can upgrade this week? Consistency builds quiet power. 4. Take responsibility for your life. Leaders don't blame. They own. They say, I made that choice. That's on me. I will make it better. No excuses. No victim mindset. Just ownership. Because when you take responsibility, you take your power back. Next time something goes wrong, don't ask, whose fault is this? Ask, what part of this can I learn from or improve? Self-leadership means radical responsibility. 5. Protect your energy and focus. You can't lead if you're constantly exhausted, distracted, or overwhelmed. Leaders protect their energy like a valuable asset. They say, no to what drains them. Yes to what aligns with their vision. Later to what's not urgent. And now to what really matters. Ask yourself, what do I need to stop doing so I can focus on what truly matters? Am I leading my schedule, or is it leading me? Energy is your leadership fuel. Guard it wisely. 6. Set the standard for yourself. Leaders don't wait for rules. They set the standard. They hold themselves to high expectations, even if no one else is watching. This shows up in the quality of their work, their attitude under stress, their respect toward others, their commitment to growth. Set your personal standards higher than what's good enough. Ask, is this my best effort? Don't just meet expectations, raise them. 7. Forgive yourself and keep going. Even the best leaders mess up. What matters is how quickly they bounce back. They don't beat themselves up. They reflect, learn, and move forward. They understand? Growth isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Ask yourself, am I being kind to myself when I fail? What can I learn and apply next time? You lead yourself better when you lead yourself with grace. At the heart of every great leader is a person who leads themselves with clarity, commitment, and character. So before you focus on followers, before you try to fix others, before you try to lead the room, look in the mirror and ask, am I leading myself with discipline and heart? Am I growing even in private? Am I living the way I want others to live? Because leadership is not about control. It's about example. And the most powerful example you can set is how you lead yourself. Closing chapter. Leadership begins now. Step into who you're meant to be. You've come a long way. You've learned that leadership isn't about titles. It's not about status, popularity, or power. It's about how you think, how you show up, and how you influence the world around you, starting with yourself. You now understand. Leadership is a mindset, not a job position. It's about taking ownership, not blaming others. It's about service, not ego. It's about staying calm in chaos, lifting others up, and inspiring through action. It's about creating a legacy that outlives you. And above all, it's about leading yourself first. Because that's where all leadership begins. But don't stop here. This audiobook was never just about listening. It was about preparing you for something bigger, to become the kind of leader the world truly needs. A leader with the clear mind, the steady heart, the strong vision, and the courage to act. Whether you lead one person or 1,000, whether it's in a classroom, an office, a home, or just within yourself, you can lead. Right now. Right where you are. You don't need to wait. You don't need to be chosen. You already are. So, what's next? Start small, but start now. Step up where you used to stay silent. Own what you used to avoid. Encourage someone today. Make one bold decision. Speak your truth with kindness. Choose discipline over comfort. Live your values, even when no one is watching. That's how real leaders are made, not in grand moments, but in daily choices. You already have what it takes. Now it's time to use it. Leadership isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. So go out there and lead. With clarity, with courage, with compassion, and with the quiet confidence that you are exactly who you need to be. You are not just thinking like a leader. You are one. Thank you for listening. Now go lead with heart.